Hello, good morning students. Shall we continue with the lesson? So today I am going to start the first chapter, Tom and the Fence. So actually this non-detailed lesson is not to be dealt very detailedly. So you need not know the meaning of each and every word as you know the lessons in the prose. So here you have to have an idea of the summary of the lesson. So that is why I may skip some of the meanings which are unnecessary. So please cooperate with me. I'll give you the summary or the gist of the lesson so that you can understand the lesson. So the first lesson is Tom and the Fence. Here in the last class, I have already introduced to the characters of Tom. Tom is a mischievous boy of about 10 years. So here, what is his behavior, how he will behave with his aunt, and how the aunt will struggle with Tom. These are all the things we are going to learn about the Tom in the first lesson. Tom, Tom, there was no answer. Where is that boy? Tom? Aunt Polly looked under the bed, but she found only a cat. Tom, she cried. Then she heard a noise behind her. A small girl ran fast and she stopped with her hand. So Aunt Polly was searching for Tom. Tom was not found in the house. She went in the room and searched under the bed and in the room, but she did not find him, but she found only a cat. So she called him Tom, and there was suddenly some noise behind her, and she turned and saw that a small girl was running, and she stopped with her hand. So who is this girl? She is not a girl, it is Tom actually. What are you doing, Tom? She asked. Nothing, nothing. Look at your hand and your mouth. I told you not to eat jam. So what was Tom doing? Tom was eating jam. He was enjoying. So all the children like to eat jam. So he was also eating jam without his aunt's notice. He wanted to enjoy that one. So she had told not to eat the jam. Oh, Aunt Polly, look behind you. The old lady looked and Tom ran away. So he told, Aunt, look behind you, there is something. So Aunt turned away and Tom ran away, escaped from her aunt. Aunt Polly was surprised and then she laughed. I never learn. Tom always plays tricks on me and I never learn. So here, Aunt is also adjusted with Tom because Tom will be always playing tricks with her, and therefore she is not at all angry with Tom. She is surprised, and then she is also very happy that she will be fooled by Tom many times, but she still doesn't understand how Tom is going to fool her. I never learn. Tom's always plays tricks on me and I never learn. But I love Tom. He is my sister's child. She is dead, but it's not easy to look after him. So he's telling, Tom is my sister's child and she is dead, so I have the responsibility of looking after him, but it's not easy to look after him. Tomorrow is Saturday and there is no school, but Tom must work tomorrow. But he hates work, but he must do it. So she's thinking, she's planning a program for tomorrow, the next day. And she's telling tomorrow is a Saturday, there is no school, but Tom has to work. But I also know that Tom doesn't like to work, he hates work, but I must make him to do work. Tom lived in the small village of St. Petersburg with his Aunt Polly and his brother Sid and his sister Mary. The summer evenings were long, and in the evenings Tom liked walking around the village. One evening he saw a big boy in front of him. The boy was a stranger, and Tom was surprised because he did not see new people often. This boy had a very nice, expensive clothes. Tom was living in a small village called St. Petersburg with his Aunt Polly and his brother Sid and sister Mary. And he liked to roam in the village in the evenings because the summer evenings were long, and in the evenings Tom liked to walk around the village without any tension, freely. And like this, one evening he saw a big boy in front of him, and that boy was a stranger. Stranger means a new person which he has never seen in the village. Tom was surprised because he did not see new people coming to the village. This boy, he has got new shoes, a shirt and tie, and it's not Sunday. Tom thought, my clothes are old and ugly. Tom looked at him, and the big boy looked at Tom. Tom did not like him. So Tom was thinking he has worn a new shoes, new shirt, and a tie, and also it is not a Sunday because every Sunday they will go for church and they will wear new or expensive clothes to church for prayer. And he is telling that my clothes are old and ugly. And Tom looked at the boy. He did not like the boy, and even the boy did not like Tom. Finally, he said, I can beat you. So, finally, Tom told, shall we have a fight? I can beat you. Why don't you try? Said the boy. So the boy also agreed, yes, come on, we'll try. Well, I can, said Tom. No, you can't. So, but Tom did not want to fight with him, and he was just initiating that boy. So he says, yes, I can beat you. The boy says, yeah, no, you can't beat me, because he was a big boy. Tom was a very short boy. But he says, yes, I can. There was a silence. You are afraid, said the boy. So the boy at last told, no, you are afraid to beat me. So Tom told, I am not afraid, said Tom. Yes, you are. No, I am not. There was more silence. Then Tom pushed the boy and boy pushed the Tom. So then both of them started fighting and both pushed each other and they were soon on the ground. Tom pulled the boy's hair and hit him hard. They both fought a lot. The big boy was angry and started crying. Stop, he said. Stop. Now that you will teach you something, said Tom. So here what we can understand is there is no reason for fighting between boys. The boys can initiate fighting, they can start fighting, they can fight for no reasons at all. Here there was no reason for fighting, but why did they fight? They both don't know. Simply for fighting's sake they fought. And the boy was angry and he shouted, stop, I can't. So Tom was very happy because that he beat the boy and finally he won. And he says, yes, that will teach you something. That will teach you not to initiate others, not to tease others, not to say that you are afraid, not to say you can't fight. So you have learned that lesson today. So Tom arrived home late and he was very dirty. So after fighting, he came home very late and he was very dirty. When Aunt Polly saw his dirty clothes, she thought, what I can do with this boy? Okay, well, tomorrow is a Saturday and he must work. And Aunt Polly did not ask him anything. She saw his condition and she just thought, what I can do? Okay, if I tell something, tomorrow he may not work. So that is why I am not going to tell anything today. And tomorrow is Saturday. I have to make him work. Let him work first. Saturday morning was very beautiful and sunny, and it was summer and the world was happy. Tom sat in front of the fence and looked at it. It was 30 yards long and 9 feet high. He was unhappy. It's Saturday and I must paint this long fence. All my friends will laugh at me, he thought. So what was the work Auntie gave for him? Auntie asked him to paint the fence. Fence means kanche. It is made up of wood, logs of wood. So Saturday morning was beautiful and sunny. So she has asked him to paint the fence. And you have to maintain the fence, otherwise it will give off. And you will be not supported by that. So you have to take care of the fence, and all the fence, the painting was worn out. So she wanted to give a painting, a whitewash for the fence. So it was very beautiful and sunny, but Tom wanted to play because all his friends, today was a holiday and all his friends were enjoying, but he has to paint the fence. So he looked at the fence. The fence was not a small thing. It was 30 yards long. 1 yard means 36 inches. So it was a very big fence and 9 feet long and 9 feet high. So he was very unhappy. He was not at all happy. It's a Saturday and all his friends would enjoy. They would laugh at me because when they come here, I am working here. So they will laugh at me, he thought. He put his long brush in the white paint and started painting. He stopped and looked at his work, then he continued painting. After a few minutes, he had a great idea. He continued painting the fence. He saw his friend Ben Rogers in the street. Ben had an apple in his hand. He came to look at the fence. "You are working for your aunt?" said Ben. Tom said nothing. He continued painting. So Tom did not had any other thing to do. He has to work. So he put his brush in the white paint and started painting. And after doing the painting for some time, he stopped and looked at his work. How did he do? How did he paint? Was he doing in a right way? He examined his work. Then he continued painting. But when he was doing the painting, he had a great idea. What was that? Well, we shall know it shortly. He continued painting the fence. Then he saw his friend Ben Rogers coming on the street with an apple in his hand. He was eating an apple. He came close to the fence and he started teasing Tom. "You are working for your aunt," said Ben. Tom said nothing, but he continued painting. So Ben started teasing him. "Hey, today is Saturday. See, I am free. I am taking an apple. I am roaming on the street, but you are working for your aunt." But Tom did not pay any attention to what Ben was saying. He just continued his painting. "I am going swimming, but you can't come with me. You are working," said Ben. "Do you call this work?" asked Tom. "Of course it's work. You are painting a fence," said Ben. "Maybe it's work, but maybe it isn't. I like it," said Tom. "I can swim every day, but I can't paint a fence every day." So Ben is telling, "I am going swimming, but you can't come with me because you are working." So Tom told, "What? Do you call this as work? Doing painting is a work? Who told it's a work?" So Ben told, "Of course it's work. You are painting a fence." So Tom is telling, "Maybe it's work for you, but it is not for me. I like that because I can swim every day, but I can't paint a fence every day because swimming is my hobby. I can do whenever I want, but I won't get a chance to paint a fence like this. This is a very beautiful work. This is very highly expert work. So I am enjoying this work. So you can go for swimming. I won't come. I like this work. I will do this one and see how expert I am in painting a fence." Ben watched Tom. So Ben also stood there. He was eating his apple and he watched Tom. He painted slowly and carefully. He often stopped to and fro and moved back from the fence. So Ben started watching Tom. He thought, yes, what Tom might be telling is real. And so Tom got the attention. So what he did, he started behaving in a very peculiar way. He behaved that as if he was doing some great work and he was examining that work. He used to paint very slowly, very carefully, and he stopped and moved back from the fence to take a look how he has paint, whether that paint is enough or not. And he took every minute detail, every single detail, and he looked at his work and smiled. So he was very happy with his work, what he was doing. Ben was suddenly interested in the fence and said, so Ben also thought, okay, even I should try because even I cannot get to paint the fence like this. So he thought, let me give a try. Let me paint a little, Tom. So he began asking Tom, Tom, can you give me the paint? Let me paint for a little while. Tom thought for a moment, oh, I'm sorry, Ben. Aunt Polly wants me to do because I'm very good at painting. So Tom pretended as if he was thinking and he was giving some great thing. And he told, no, Ben, I'm very sorry because Aunt Polly wants me to do because I am good at painting. So because only Aunt Polly has given me the responsibility, it's a great responsibility of painting a fence. Because I am good at painting the fence, so she has given me. Even my brother Sid wanted to do it, but he is not good at painting. So even my brother wanted to do, but auntie did not accept that one. And she told that only you must do. Oh, please, Tom, please, can I paint? So now Ben got very much interested. When this is the mentality of the children. If some children are doing that same thing again and again, and they show off it as something very great, the other children also want to do. They also want to imitate. So now he has that curiosity. Ben has that curiosity that he has to paint, and so he is requesting Tom. Oh, Tom, please, please, can I paint? I am good at painting too. Here you can have some of my apple. So, see, he wants to have to give him the painting. So, he is offering him the apple which he is eating. He doesn't want. So, he is telling, please, can you have this apple and give me that paint I want to paint? No, Ben, I can't. So, he is telling, no, 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 I cannot. So, then take all of my apple. So, I'll give you the whole apple. Please give me, let me paint for some time. Ben requested Tom. Tom was happy, but he did not smile. He gave Ben the brush and sat down to eat the apple. Tom only wanted to escape from this punishment. He did not think it as a expert or something, or he was good at painting, but he wanted to escape from this punishment, and also he wanted to complete this work. This is the mentality of the Tom. He is so clever, so mischievous, and he wants to be good with everybody. Here he became good with Ben. After completing of that work, he will become good with Aunt Polly also. So Tom was very happy. This is what he wanted, but he did not smile. He did not show. He showed that as if he is unhappy in giving the paintbrush to Ben. He gave Ben the brush and sat down to eat the apple. So he sat down on the barrel to eat the apple while Ben was taking the brush and painting the fence. So when both of these were doing, Tom's other friends came by. So as you know that it is a Saturday and all the friends will be free. So one by one all the friends will come. At first they laughed at him. At first they both laughed. All the friends laughed at Tom and also Ben. But soon they all wanted to paint the fence. But slowly, by seeing Ben and Tom, all the friends, they also wanted to give a try to paint the fence. Billy Fisher gave Tom a kite and Johnny Miller brought him a dead rat. So whatever the friends had, they gave. So Billy Fisher, his friend, he brought a kite for Tom, and see, Johnny Miller bought him a dead rat. I don't know what they are going to do with the dead rat, but he also took the dead rat as a present to paint for the fence. His other friends gave him an old knife, a cat with one eye, a blue bottle, and a old key, and other interesting things. By these things, we will know that nothing is impossible for the children, and they don't know, they are not considered with the values, but they are considered with the artifacts, with the gifts they are giving. Whatever they have, they give. See, he doesn't have anything to do with a knife, a cat with an old key, a blue bottle, and a old key. What are the uses? We know that they are not having any uses, but the children are like that. They will share anything with them for their friends. So this is the mentality of the children of that age. And now what happened? His friends painted the fence, and Tom now had interesting things. So all his friends started painting the fence one by one, and Tom is sitting and enjoying, and he is getting the work done, but he is not at all doing, and he is also getting many things which which their friends gave as a prize to paint the fence. He went back home. After he finished, he went back home and called, Aunt Polly, I have finished. Can I go to play now? So he asked Aunt Polly to come outside and see. Aunt came and saw that whole fence was painted, and she did not know what had happened here. And so when Aunt Polly saw the beautiful white fence, she was happy. Aunt Polly thought that I had made Tom learn the value of the work today. He has worked for today, so now he can go and enjoy. She gave Tom a big apple and said, "Yes, go and play, but don't come home late." So she also was very happy that he is becoming some responsible person, and so she gave him a big apple and she told, "Yes, now you can go and play, but don't come late." Thank you.